I like to feed my plants with organic fertilizers. Organic fertilizers tend to be slow release, and they have so many good ingredients. Like the plantain here has feather meal, bone meal. It has green sand, all these good, and plus other things. And it also has what we call microbes, which are really good. And they add a lot, they energize the soil around your plants. I have two products by Espoma here. One is Biotone Starter Plus. This is what I use when I'm planting new plants and new gardens. It's a starter fertilizer that gives your plant more oomph. But generally speaking, in flower gardens and in fields of peonies or dahlias, I like to use plantain. I like to do it in the spring. I sometimes will follow up again in the fall. And I won't even do my dahlias probably till April or May. And the best way to use this is to broadcast it by hand. Now, some people might put some of the organic products on a lawn with the spreader. That's great. That tends to be a little more difficult in the garden. In your garden, you're probably going to have evergreens, you're going to have deciduous trees. These are trees that lose leaves in the winter. And you're going to have perennials. And you might even have annuals. But you might have peonies. Now, I'm sitting in a field of peonies here, Cut Your Own Peony Farm in the Shenandoah Valley. And these will start blooming. This is one of the coral sunsets. It will start blooming in about 2 or 3 weeks, and they are beautiful. So I have put, now I like pails with handles, but today I just took an empty litter container and just cut it out. I poured the product in, and I'm just gonna come over here and feed. Now, I usually use about 2 handfuls. Now, these are, maybe 3 or 4, could be older, year peonies. So I like to use 2 or 3 handfuls to put around each plant. So you just come in like this. There's 1, there's 2. And the water will take this material and it will become available to the roots very soon. So you can go through your garden. Now, to me, it smells good. And we'll go through our garden. We'll take lots of pails that are filled with this, and we broadcast this around our herbaceous plants like this. Now, when it comes to trees and shrubs, if you have a tree, keep in mind the outermost foliage on a tree is called the drip line. Roots can extend for another 10 feet. So for a tree, I might put 5 pounds of plantain around a tree. If you have acid-loving plants like azaleas, rhododendrons, hollies, gardenias, I like to use what is called hollytone. That tends to keep the pH down low, especially for azaleas. If your pH on azaleas starts to get close to 6 or 6.5 or higher, iron becomes unavailable, and that's why sometimes the leaves on your hollies or azaleas will turn a little yellow. So I like to use hollytone on acid-loving plants and plantain on all your other plants. I'm Mark Viette. Join me next time in the garden.